Hey guys, so this is basically in continuation of my previous video which I just uploaded. So I was, to be very honest, I was curious enough to find out what actually on behind the scenes it is managing and what exactly our code is doing. So I was just googling and I found this documentation which is really very useful and which exactly shows you that what exactly the functions are doing. So first of all, I'll be showing you what this find the window function is doing. So I'll just copy this and I'll just show you. Yes, so here it is. So basically the find my window function is basically expecting the class name and the window name. So what it exactly means it. See like whenever you open any sort of window, let's say I'm just opening this edge window. So basically behind the scenes it a specific sort of the class name is being appointed to that, and along with that, if I'll just hover over it, then you can see here the thing is here you can see that it says the new tab, then dash personal, then dash Microsoft Edge. So basically that is like you can say that that is the title of this thing, but behind the scenes this title window title thing does not actually match the thing it is showing over here. So for that you can, I mean there are several ways you can find out. The first way which I would show you, the first way as I showed you that you can just hover over it and once again hover over it. So here the thing which it shows in this box, little box, this you can say that this is the window title, but sometimes it is not actually what it is showing, and when I say this I have experimented it, so I am saying it. Fine, so the one way you can find it out is basically by using the command line utility of task list. So like if you will just type task list task list in your command line, it will basically list up each and every task right now going on your PC, right? But here you can see that there is no window title, right? But if you will do task list, if you will just run the task list with vflag, which is basically verbose flag, that if I'll just full screen it, you'll be able to see each and every window name along with it. I'll just go forward and I'll just show you just a second. See, like here it says it is the window title and the window title column is over here. So I'm sorry for that, but it is really very difficult to manage like what exactly to find out our own title, right? So basically we just use the find string utility along with piping this command. So like let's say first I'm just renaming my this cmd only and I'll be showing you. Like I'll just type title and I'll just change basically this long title of mine to, let's say, jit cmd, and it will be changed to jit cmd. Now, first of all, before using this utility, I would just like to show you the various options which it is offering, like ASK task, ASK list, and if you'll pass the help flag, it will be showing you that this all are the examples which basically you can just see and use it that way. And here it shows a note message where it says that the window title and status filters are not supported when you are querying in a remote machine. So if I don't know if you are using a remote machine and connected to that and doing all this stuff, but in case if you are doing that, then please make sure that this both things won't work. Fine. So basically, you can just go to each and every flag and read the usage of it. But the thing we are interested in is basically this slash v flag, which basically says that displays the verbose task information. So, and along with that, here it says that fi, which is basically filtered, and it says that it displays a set of the tasks that match a given criteria of the specific file it's filtered. Okay, so basically what it says is, like, if there are various tasks going on in our PC. So basically if you want some sort of the specific task, then basically you have to apply the filter in it and then you can get those tasks. Now let's say for example for our case, right now the current title of our CMD is basically select CMD, and I also cleared this, but for now I'll clear this again. Like it says select then the title name of my CMD, which is because I have just selected this text. Now for example, if I'll just write over here something, then it will be changed, right? So please don't confuse with that. Now basically what we want is, basically we want each and every information about this CMD and process and PID and everything, right? So I'll just type task list and along with v flag, and then I'll just pipe it by find str. For example, let's say for now we're just typing with find str, and let's say for example, right now this is a program which is called cmd.exe, which it is running. So if I type cmd.exe, then after some time it would be returning me that the information for this current CMD. So it returned me that this is the current CMD, and as we pass the verbose mode, it is also returning me the basically the window title of it, right? So now I'm not going much more further, but I guess we will have to go to, I mean, to understand each and everything what we will be going to do. So I mean, before and only I am saying you that if you are really interested in saying this, I mean, you have to like jumble around much of the things to get the specified result, right? So I mean, let's get straight into it. So for now, we were able to browse it by the the application, the application name, right? Or basically you can say the image name, I guess. That's what it is called. If we'll just go up and see, I guess this is the extension with .exe, or I mean any sort of the extension is called image name only. I guess yes, I was correct, it is called image name. And you can see every other name. The one is called the PID. Basically, with every process it is running, there is a unique PID for the same. Then basically we are having the service name along with the sessions. We are having the memory usage and the status, which in many of the things it says unknown. Then we have username, and then basically a CPU time, and then after we have window title, right? So now what I wanted to show you was like how we can search and get the required result, right? So for now what we want is we want this title, right? So one thing how we can get is basically just by doing like we'll check that if this db, for now what it is saying me, like if I'll just hover over it, then it says me dbms slash OneNote for Windows 10. But you will be surprised if I'll just do will write this way, then it won't show me any results. dbms, and let's say for now I'm just typing star, there will be no result shown to me, because in background this is not the actual title of this. We'll find that out. Okay, for now it is, oh, that's great. It is it finally found it out by the that Windows title name. But one thing what we changed over here is we added star after this, right? And why we added star, and to say what I meant that it won't find out, was because if you will just hover over it, then you can see that after dash, after hyphen, there is no question mark which is shown over here in the title. But if you will check in this our search list, it says that after dbms, then it's question mark, and then it is hyphen, and then it is OneNote for Windows 10, right? So this was what I was saying is that sometimes it does not assign the exact same title name as it is showing over here. Fine. So like this you can basically find out the image name along with the window title, right? So here you get the window title like this, and basically what here star is doing is like it basically compares anything, but anything after DBMS. So for example, for our case it was DBMS, then this all things were star. Like for anything, any character would work in the star. And basically for this you will have to learn the regex and all those sort of the regular expressions to understand what the star is doing. But for now, just remember that star means anything can be there. Like it can be, it can be anything like Jeet, like dash, then question mark, numbers, anything, and of any length to be more precise. Okay, so I guess for now you are clear with how we searched it. If you are not clear, just comment down. I'll make a specific video for explaining the regular expressions and how it all works. But anyways, we are getting the window title, right? So I guess our work is done. As I showed you that in the function it is expecting the window name, right? So basically the window name is the window title, right? So we can just keep this class name as none for now. And see, again, to be more precise, either you can keep the class name and the window name both to be very specific, or if you know any either of them, it's fine. So for our before case, what we were exactly doing was we were knowing that it was a notepad file, and we were not knowing what was the title of that, right? So sorry for that, we were knowing the class name of it, so that was pretty fine. But we were not knowing the title of it, so we were just doing this way and our work was being done. But for now what we have is we are not knowing the class name of this one node thing. So we just found out the title name of it just by doing the verbose mode and like finding the string like this, right? So this is how we are getting the window title. And once we get the window title, what we'll do is we'll just paste that over here, and we'll just keep this class name for now as none. And if I'll just save it and if I'll just run it, like first of all let me go to the path where my this file is located. It's on desktop. I'll say Python, then the name of my file. And if I'll just run it, it says there is some sort of error which it is not able to handle. Right, so this was a dead point which I was getting, and it was basically the dead end which I was getting. Like even after passing the correct title, I was not able to fetch out the information the way I wanted. And it was basically with many of the applications which it done like this. And to say you what I meant, like for example, let me show you the things which is exactly working. Let's say for now I'm just opening google.com, right? And once I open the google.com, if you'll just hover over this your browser, and if you'll see, it says it is google slash brave, right? So you are knowing the title window title of this basically this window, right, which is google slash brave. And to confirm it, we'll also check with the taskless utility. Taskless, so we'll say taskless slash v, and then we'll basically we'll pipe it with find string str, and then we'll say we want something related to brave. Let's say we are see, now here's one more concept. When we are, let's say we are not knowing the title, right? There can be this sort of the multiple titles. But let's say we are knowing which this application is somewhat, right? So we know that this is a brave browser, so I know what is the image name for this. So the image name for the brave browser is brave.exe. So I'll just say brave.exe, or let's say even I'm not knowing that what after the brave it is, so I'll just say brave then star. And if I'll just press enter, I'll just wait for it, because we like text time, and here we are up with our results. So as I said, there can be multiple images at times. So here what it is showing me, there are multiple tabs which are open, and many of them are saying that the image window name are none, which is not applicable, right? But as we wanted, it is showing. Now to show you what exactly on behind this it is going, see, with browser, every tab we open is basically sandboxed somewhere. So every tab you open is basically opening a new window. So for example, let's say I've just changed my tab, and now if I'll run the same command, and before that I would like to show you the title of this. So you can see the title is changed over here. Now we'll check with this again. I'm just running the same command, and a surprise you'll see. See, here it says now what is HWND. This is basically the thing which I searched, and you can see the title of this, it is now changed to this. So the window title for the browser, if you are on any browser, then it will basically be the thing with something related to the thing with what you are searching, and in the combination of the name of the browser and the thing you are searching, right? So for me it was, let's say we want to just pin this screen up right over here. So I'll just say this and then just give the title of this. So here we go again. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go again, and I'll just say again Brave, just passing the same command, and here I am getting the title of mine. So I'll just copy. Make sure that you only copy till the last character, not anything more than last character. Once we copy, then I'll be just just sort of minimizing the screen, and I'll be passing it over here, and I'll be just saving it. Once I save it, I'm again back to my I'll just close it for now, right? I'll be back to my terminal, and even I'm just minimizing it a bit and going back to my prompt, and I'll just say Python, and then the file name of mine. Something is wrong with this laptop, I guess. So what is that? CLS, I'll say python and Python, say the file name of mine, enter. Okay, it is basically now it is just print data. So I'll go to any, see, now there is some problem with it which was going on. It was basically not showing me this, but as you can see, we just ran this command, and it ran successfully. So now no matter whatsoever window I go, this window will always be pinned. And now what if I just change the tab? Still it will be pinned, because what it did is basically it just passed the handle of this browser window to the, I mean, to the functions we use to do all that stuff, right? To basically set window, and basically we just pass this handle to the topmost. Okay, now we'll just go back to our this reference material, and we'll understand what exactly the things are being done over here. So either we can just pass the class name, or we can just pass the window name. Till now we just saw what are the window name, right? Now we'll just see what are the class name and how we can basically do all that stuff. Fine. So for now I'm just closing this, because the I mean, for this session we just opened the Brave browser and it was just pinned up. And now if I'll show you. Now I, no matter whatsoever application I go, now it won't be pinned up, because this is how it basically works. Like, for the session we just did it, for that session until we close it, that session is on. So till that point of time it will be pinned, and once we just close the session and just restart it, it won't be pinned, right? So keep that thing in mind. Okay, now let's say we want to know the class name of this thing. uh, Unfortunately I was not able to figure out how to just fetch out the class name of any of the application which is currently working. So basically, by just browsing and browsing a lot, I just came to this software which is called Needsoft, or I'm sorry if my pronunciation is wrong, but this is what I say. It says Needsoft, and basically the needs of organization offers with the Win Lister. And what basically is this Win Lister? So it is really a very great utility which I found, that it can just show you the handle along with uh, along with the classes name, along with is it visible or not, size of that thing, location of that thing. I mean, it offers you with a lot of details of the process going currently on in your system. So I just downloaded the zip file from here. For me it was 62-bit, for you it can be 32-bit or 64-bit. Just check it and download the zip file, and then finally after unzipping that file you will be up with all this things, all this you know files. And you just have to open the winlister.exe, and once you open, you will be up with each and every application which are currently on your system. And it will be showing you the class name, and basically you can just sort it on the way of class name, on the base of the handles. But for now I'm just sorting it based on my class name. You can just also based on your title you can do the same. So for now, let's say if we just want the class name for this win lister, like basically as I said you, the title name changes as we just move on our next step. So I want you to focus over here, and when I'll just go to the google.com, you can see that the brave google hyphen brave is changed to that thing, right? I'll go to the next step, it will be changed. I'll go to the next step, again it will be changed. So let's say for now we just want to again just pin up this task, right? So now what we'll do is, before what we did was we did by the title name, but now what we'll do is we'll just do it by the class name. So for getting this thing over here, just double click on it. I am also not sure because I have not tried the class name with this specific application, but let's see. Now for now I'll just set this to none, and then basically changing this to screen and just copying the class name over here, saving this thing, and again just running the program. And I think it is done successfully. Let's say I'm switching to this and I'm saying CLR color 02, and yes, it is working successfully, and it is successfully pinged. Like if I'll just show you, I'll just maximize this thing, still this browser is on. So we were successful in doing this thing, in basically getting the now. See here, this is the thing, like why here hwn named handle was wait I mean hw and named variable was defined. So for that I also just searched like what is hwn. So with google I got that hwn is a handle to a window, right? It is a handle to a window. So now first of all, what is a handle, right? So handle, to be very honest, even I also don't know what handle meant, right? But I just when I just switch to this window, now you can see that here if I'll just go to any of the application, I won't be able to see. This is because now this specific browser is pinged, right? So it is on the topmost position of mine, hence I was not able to see any of the window even if I click on that. Now if I'll just go over here and just minimize the screen, and if I'll again go to this, I'll be able to see the changes happening. If I'll just say okay, and if I'll go again, then you can see still my browser is good as it is on the topmost position. Fine. So now what I was going to show you was to say what this handle is. So for any of the application you run, it creates a specific handle for that, right? So now what we'll do is, now we were for what this function was doing, it was basically returning the handle for our this application we wanted to pin. And what it was doing, how it was basically fetching was on based of its class name, or by based or basically based on the the window title of it. So on any of the two parameters, it was just fetching the information and returning the handling to it, right? So this was how the thing was getting worked, and it was how it was returning the handle, and then for the next function of R we were just passing that handle over here, right? So this was how the things were getting worked till now. Now what we'll do is we'll try to pass the exact handle of this into our this main function, into this function either of, I mean, we'll not use this function, and we'll pass this direct handle for this window, right? If we want to do something like that. So how that is possible? So before that, we just have to understand that what exactly are this handle in, like, are they in binary form, are they in decimal form, are they in hex form? So by seeing to this, I can see for some it is showing that E is there, for some it is showing only the digits are there, for some it is showing C and D are there. So by this I can of course figure out that as it is containing E, B and C and none of the alphabet is greater than E, so it was quite simple for me to decide that it was basically in the hexadecimal form. So I just opened the hexadecimal to decimal converted, and I just saw what exactly it was up to. So for now we just want to see for this preview browser, right? So I'll just double click on that, and I'll just copy the handle, and I'll just search for hex to decimal, and then hexadecimal to decimal, and then I'll just enter this hex decimal, and I'll just try to convert it. And you'll be surprised to see when I just try to convert it, basically its decimal number is this, right? So for now I just want you to remember this decimal number. For now I'm just typing the notepad, and I am just copying this number over here. And for now this is basically the hexadecimal conversion from hexadecimal to the decimal. And what here in our code, how this here this handler which it is expecting is, this handler expects the handler number in basically decimal form. It does not support the hexadecimal. So what I'll do is I'll just say HWND is equals to this number, right? And for now I'm just closing this window as it is now. As I close the window, it will be unpinned. I'll again open this, and if I'll go to this, as you can see now it is no more pin. And I'll just save this, and again I'll just run my code, and let's see if it pins up again. I'm just pressing enter, and it says there is some sort of issue going on over here, and it says that leading zeros in decimal integer literal are not permitted. Use 0 O prefix for the octal integers. So this was error every time I was going through, and I was not able to figure out to how to manage this thing. So just a second.